Can't fit. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the next episode of Solar Sidekicks. I'm Pat Southwell, and I'm here with my co-host, Lauren Seconti. Good morning, Lauren.
Good morning. How are we going?
Going great, thanks. How are you?
Good. I'm awesome.
Oh, gee. Okay.
Last day of work,
Yeah.
which is exciting.
Been a big year, hasn't it?
Yeah, huge.
Really feeling like the silly season at the moment. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Sort of feeling a bit all over the place at the moment.
Yeah, I feel ya.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the mad rush at the moment.
Yeah, definitely.
Got our Christmas party tomorrow, so I'm pretty excited.
Oh, that's going to be
about
fun.
that. Yeah, it'll be good.
That'll be really good. Well, we're on the home stretch here anyway. We're recording this just under a week before Christmas 2025, and just almost at the finish line. So, but then again, I don't know what the finish line actually even means this year because there's going to be so many people working over that Christmas break, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, December 31st for us, last day that we can sign off jobs.
Yes.
So,
big day coming up.
yeah, we'll be pretty much signing off, I reckon, 6 jobs until then, every day. Maybe the lads might go for a drive on Christmas Day as well.
Oh, gee, you're going to have to. Thanks for putting those rules in place, to
Yeah,
make it.
thanks for that, guys.
Yeah, no, that's all good.
It is what it is, though.
Before we get into too much, we'll acknowledge the traditional land owners, and that's the Boonwurrung people of the Kulin Nation. So let's get into a bit of the stuff that's been going on. So it has been a massive couple of weeks really in the industry. That's funny. We've just got tradies rocking up at my house. Hopefully Joe's got that.
No, not tradies. We've got a electrician rocking up to Pat's house.
You stop it, you.
Do some work. I said I'm calling you out on the podcast. So not tradies, an electrician to do.
This is too funny.
What are we doing? PowerPoints?
Yeah.
Security cameras?
Yeah. Power. Yep. All the stuff I don't know how to do anymore.
It's actually true. Inspectors are just lazy electricians, aren't they?
Pretty much. Those who can't do, teach, whatever it is, whatever you say, do whatever you
Can't get on the tools anymore.
No,
they
that's
just
it.
go inspect.
Not good enough, so I may as well inspect. Yep.
Exhibit
Tell
A.
everyone how shit their work is, rather, because I don't know how to do it myself. It's pretty true. Took me 5 years to admit it.
Myth busted.
Myth busted. Oh.
Sorry, just had to clear the air with that one. Oh, Patty's so sad about
honestly,
it.
I do miss those days where I could run a yellow tongue through the ceiling and I could clean up all my little bits of copper and...
Oh, shit.
Oh, yeah, it just doesn't happen these days, unfortunately. It just doesn't happen. It seems like a low... Yeah, it's just talking about the olden days. Oh, God. It's winding back the clock.
Oh, gosh, that's funny.
Oh, it brings a tear to my eye. Anyway.
Sorry, guys. I just had to clarify that.
All right, where were we? All right. Oh, it's been a big week. I think one thing we definitely want to talk about is sorry, my glasses are fogging up. I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's because I'm crying with laughter. One of the major things we want to talk about is the cheaper home batteries rebate. There's been a couple of big changes. So we're going to get into that pretty soon. Because that's going to have a huge effect on the industry at so many different touch points, whether it's the end of this year, May, into the future, how it all changes. So we're going to get into that. And I think you've got your own little spin on it, which has probably hasn't been considered as well as everyone else's situation. But we'll get into that. Let's do a little bit of a recap on the last week. So we were lucky enough to be invited to a party with GoodWe.
Yes.
That was fun, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was really fun.
Yeah. So at the MCG, we went to the SEN launch for cricket. So that was great fun. It was really great. Like all my worlds were sort of colliding there.
Yeah, you were in your element. Cricket, solar, SEN.
I know.
Alex Carey, GoodWe.
Yeah, I know. It was great. It was really good. It was really
fun.
And it was a nice relaxing afternoon we had there. The team at SEN put on a really nice shindig. Great food, some good speakers. It was good to sort of relax a little bit. And I enjoyed being able to talk to a few of the commentators and that sort of stuff. That was
I reckon that's what you just put in on your radio. Every job you go to, you just flat out listening to SEN, especially during cricket season.
Pretty much.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. Got to wear the SEN commentator
Yeah,
jacket.
I was going to say, that's the thing I was going to mention. So those of you who don't know, so SEN is a sports entertainment network. They're based in Melbourne, but they are Australia-wide, and I think they're in New Zealand as well.
And they do travel for the cricket as well.
Yeah, they do. They travel around. They go, I think they were talking about their last trip in Sri Lanka.
Yeah, Sri Lanka and India.
Yeah, Sri Lanka and India, yeah. So they do a fair bit of travelling. And, so they actually, they've got their own, the commentary team have actually got their own, like, blazer. So it kind of looks like a school blazer, or it almost looks like the Australian captain's blazer that, like, Pat Cummins wears, but it's like a navy blue SEN one with a few logos and stuff on it. And I said to Lauren, I'm like, we need to get a photo with you, with you wearing that.
Challenge accepted.
Yeah. So we went up to journalist Tom Morris.
Yep.
He wasn't a bad guy, was he?
Yeah, he was a lovely fella.
Yeah, for sure. He was actually not a bad guy.
It was so weird seeing them. You see him on a screen, or you see him drive in. Well, you don't see him driving. Sorry, you hear them driving, and then all of a sudden they're in front of you.
Yeah.
Wow, I wasn't expecting you to be like that.
Yeah, it was I. He was actually really good to talk to. Really open about everything, and gave us a lot of time, which was good.
Yep.
So got a couple of photos of you wearing the SEN blazer, which was cool. Joining the commentary team, which was fun. So that was good. And I got to like really nerd out with one of my favourite commentators, Gerard Whateley. So that was really good talking to him. He's exactly what he's like on the radio. He's just a total sports nerd and knows everything about cricket, footy, anything you want to talk about.
But the interest they took in like our businesses, GoodWe as well, and solar, and we had some really good conversations around what's happening in our industry at the moment. It was really cool.
They were genuinely interested, weren't they? Yeah, no, that's good. So this has all come across with GoodWe sponsoring the cricket.
Yep. Sponsoring, not sponsoring, sorry, Alex Carey being their brand ambassador. Yeah, that's right. That's a big one too. So, and he had a big day yesterday. So he actually made 100 for Australia. So I don't know when this will end up getting to air, but he ended up making 100 in the Ashes, his first ever Ashes 100, and quite an emotional moment. He's like looked to the sky, and you could tell he did this for his dad who passed away in I think September. Yep. Yeah, it's quite an emotional moment, and what a time for GoodWe to get him on board. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
best cricketer in the world at the moment.
Absolutely, yeah, definitely the best keeper, and I think he's made more runs than Steve Smith this year.
Whoa.
Yeah. So that was a lot of fun being able to do that, and really like to thank GoodWe for asking us to come along and do all that sort of stuff. They've been really good lately. You can tell they're really trying in the industry. They're engaging a lot.
Yep.
They're doing a lot of stuff. I got a feeling it's going to be a really big year for GoodWe next year.
Yeah, absolutely, especially with their ESA and stock now becoming readily available.
Yeah, that's right.
It's good to see a lot of it being installed, and it looks pretty neat.
It does. It looks cool, doesn't it? I've actually I've inspected probably maybe half a dozen now, something like that. They're pretty good. Like, I quite enjoy inspecting them. They look nice. Functionality looks really good. The price seems okay too. So, really good.
Really awesome when their 3-phase comes out. That'll be a game changer.
Absolutely.
And look, we're still flogging a fair few of the Lynx G2s.
Yeah, right.
They're still very, very popular, and we're actually returning to existing batteries that we've previously installed.
Right.
And adding more to it where we can. Because, most of these customers, they didn't get the rebate.
Yep.
And now they've moved into their house. They know their patterns. So G2, I still love the Lynx. And until I get my hands on the 3-phase, I'm still going to be quoting them and still going to be selling them.
Yeah.
Maybe not installing them. A bit heavy.
They are heavy. Absolutely, they are heavy.
I moved 17 this morning in the warehouse.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
My back's a little bit sore, but that's okay.
Geez, that's a lot.
Yeah.
And then you stepped in the bin by the sound of it, so that was...
Stepped in the bin, got coffee all over me, but that's all right.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, so that was our little wrap-up. It was a good little Christmas gathering as well at the MCG. So, no, really, really enjoyed that. So thanks to the team at GoodWe for inviting us along for that. And, we're really looking forward to what's coming next year. It's going to be a huge year for GoodWe.
Yep.
Massive year. All right. The only other thing I wanted to talk about before we get into the cheaper home batteries rebate I noticed, I don't know if you got this email, get an email from SAA in regards to Solvic compliance. Did you get that?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, okay. I got sent that probably because I'm an accredited installer. Something about SAA now advising everyone that they are going to be accepting reports from Solar Victoria to do compliance. And yeah, no, which I thought was already happening, to be honest. And obviously it hasn't. I think it's one of those things like, you know, when they install like new red light cameras and then everyone sees them, right? And everyone thinks that, or speed cameras on the freeway, everyone sees them and thinks, oh, gee, they must be, you know, I better slow down here or whatever now. And then they finally get to a stage where they're like, oh, we turned them on today. So it's like, you don't really get a time where you can sort of break the rules, but then they say, no, this is actually happening right now. So to make sure people aren't breaking the rules. So I actually did think it was happening. But yeah, it turns out if you get a compliance report from Solar Victoria, they're going to be accepting that and applying demerit points to your accreditation if there's rectification required or it's unsafe.
There you go.
Yeah. So
how many demerit points does an installer get?
Look, I don't know if it's changed, or you get 20. I don't know if it's changed with the rectification required. I'm sort of going back to like my CEC days, and I don't know if it's changed since then. But it used to be, if a rectification was required on a install, it's 6 points per offence. So 6 points, and then an unsafe was 10. So, I mean, potentially you could lose all 20 in the one install based on what you do wrong.
That's only 2 if it's really unsafe.
Yep, that's right. And there was a few interesting things in there that they said, which I thought, which was a little bit different to what the CEC did, is it said that they're not managing the rectification required process. So, if there's a rectification that is required, they're not managing that process. So if you get something wrong and you have to go back and fix it, it's not up to SAA to make sure that you go fix it. They're not managing that. It's going to be up to Solar Victoria or whoever did the report to make sure you do it.
Interesting.
Yeah, it is interesting, which is different to what was happening in the CEC.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's probably a resource thing. I don't know. I don't know why that is the case. And it also, the other thing I noticed was there was some words in there about if there's a dispute. So if you think that you haven't done the wrong thing, you need to then go back to Solar Victoria to get it cleared. You can't go to SAA. And yeah, I know.
Who does what? Who's wearing what hat?
Well, it all seems to have changed, and I think that's going to hit a few people between the eyes because if they've done something, because it genuinely happens when the inspectors either got it wrong or there's a circumstance, something's happened. It could be an electrician's been there and like taken all your labels off or something.
Yeah,
and you've got photos of it.
Photos from the day of your install.
Yeah, and then if they've applied all the demerit points, and then you can't go back to SAA and say, well, no, this is crap because I've got photos that it's right. They all say, no, you have to go back to Solar Victoria, even though they're the ones who took the points off. I know, I'm not sure that's the best way to do it, but there's probably a reason for it. I would love to hear from SAA as to the reasons why that's happening. I genuinely think it's probably a resource thing, but.
There you go. I'm not an installer, so I didn't get any of that.
Yeah. Anyway, so that was interesting. And I dare say there's going to be more of that happening. So with when CER will ramp up battery audits, I dare say, this is what's coming. Well, it's got to happen. It's got to happen, doesn't it? Like they haven't yet. So we spoke to.
Pretty fucked, isn't it?
Look, how
many batteries are going in?
So I think we're sitting we're sitting at, what are we now? We're a week and a half before the end of the year, 2 weeks before the end of the year.
So 6 months into the program.
6 months into the program, basically. They're estimating, based on the number at the moment, they're going to end up being 175,000 by the end of the year. So I don't know, we're probably sitting on 150 or something, at 160, around there at the moment.
That's insane.
Yeah, so that's a lot. And there's still no inspection program in place. So there's the pilot, I think. And look, if there might be one in place, but I don't know about it. I haven't heard anything about it. I don't believe anything's been released about it. This is one of the things I want to talk about when we speak about the cheaper homes battery. So interesting, but I dare say that they're going to be the CER are going to be doing a similar thing, sending reports like they do now with the PB, sending reports to SAA saying, you stuffed this up. Here's 6 points here, 2 points there, 10 points there. You stuffed up. That's an unsafe. Yeah, there's all your points, guys, and all your points gone here. Have a letter, and now you're out of the program.
Yeah,
yeah, piss off.
And you're not doing any more batteries or nothing.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. And by the way, that's not the case. I think you do get a couple of strikes. You get a couple of chances to lose those demerit points. I'm not sure what the rules are now. But yeah, you don't. Just so people know, like, as far as I'm aware, you don't get kicked out of the program once you hit your 20 points.
Not.
No, you don't. I think they then have a conversation, and then there's a few different steps to it, which I'm not 100% sure of what they are now. But yeah, I don't think if you lose 20, you're out or anything like that.
That would be stiff.
Yeah, absolutely. So interesting. Yeah. So lots of batteries going in, not much being checked, and here we are.
Here we are, and the rebate's changing.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's get into that a little bit, should we?
Let's do it.
Okay. So there's an announcement last week. I think it came through probably Friday or Saturday last week, talking about changes to the rebate. So originally we were anything between 5 and 50 kilowatt hours, you're eligible for roughly a 30% discount.
That's correct.
Coming through. Ended up, roughly coming through about $350 per kilowatt hour in STCs, something along those lines. And then now there's been announced that the federal government have increased their funding from 2.3 billion to 7 point something. I don't know. I think
big injection.
Yeah, I think they added another $5 billion.
That's insane.
It's a lot of money, isn't it?
It's insane.
It's a lot of money. Well, so people were talking about, based on our current run rate, we were going to run out of money from the 2.3 by, I think they said mid-June.
I think it was just under a year.
Yeah, just under a year.
Yeah.
And now we're looking at, probably going to, well, with these changes, it probably last at least another couple of years with this funding. And there are some changes. So it sounds like if you don't get the full rebate from anything above 14 kilowatt hours.
That's correct.
That's right, isn't it? So 14 to 28 is 60% of the rebate. So. Yep. And then anything from 28 to 50, we're now at 15% of the rebate. So that's a big change. And yeah, look, I mean, I think there's pros and cons for doing this. I think generally speaking, it's like a good thing. I think. I mean, this is in my world, and just from what I see, I'm sure you might have another perspective to that.
I want to actually have a look at. There was some really, really good emails, advice, and a lot went out, and even in the cutters group, everyone was pretty hot onto it. So so between 14 and 28, it's 60%. Yep. And 28 to 50, it's 15%. Yeah. So it is heavily going to affect the 28s and the 50s of the world.
Yeah, of course.
Hopefully, it washes out those.
Yeah. So let's. All right. Well, let's before. So what we're also going to do, we're going to be talking to we're going to be doing a few phone calls to some people in the industry who've reached out and want to have a chat about how it's going to affect them. And I don't know how those calls are going to go to. Like, these people haven't really said if it's positive, negative, or that's just going to be, higher volumes or whatever it's going to be. It's going to affect everyone a little bit differently. Let's quickly just break down what these changes are and what they're going to affect. So obviously the main thing I think it's going to do, or the main thing it's designed to do, is to stop people just installing 50 kilowatt hour batteries and just taking rebate because it's there.
Yeah, especially on the little 5 kilowatts of the world, little 3 kilowatts, and all the I guess older systems that are on these homes, and they're not built or they're not sized for batteries. Yeah, and then people are just flogging 50 kilowatts.
So it's
so shit.
Yeah,
it's just like, where are your morals as a salesperson?
Yeah, I know. It's been really. I think that's been really bad. Like that's people have sort of spoken about it a little bit, and they've been a little bit like, oh yeah, this is just another one of the things that they've stuffed up. This is actually quite bad. Like people just taking rebate because it's there.
Yeah.
They're never really going to charge and discharge that battery fully. Like
which is also not safe.
Yeah, well, that's right. Exactly.
It's not safe for the battery. Like,
no, it's not good.
That's not how a battery is designed. It is designed to fully discharge, or in its SOC, whatever that percentage is. Obviously different on all brands, but to have it just not doing that. It's like,
And a lot of these customers clearly don't really understand either, because the amount of jobs I've even seen myself and gone out and seen where it's been a 5 kilowatt hour, a 50 kilowatt hour battery, or 40 or 50 with a 5 kilowatt inverter, right? And I'm like, I say to these people, I'm like, oh yeah, big battery, yeah, it's good. You can complement your solar, and they're like, oh yeah, I'm just going to play Amber. I'm like, okay, Amber, no worries. You do realize that you can only charge and discharge at 5 kilowatts a time. So it's basically going to take, 8 or 10 hours to go from 0 to 100 or whatever.
Yeah.
And there's only a certain amount of hours in a day. You do realize that you can't just like dump your whole lot or just take it all in when you want it. I know. And then they're like, oh yeah, the guy told me that, it should be fine. And I'm like, okay, yeah, that's good. Yeah, have a shit one.
Yeah, cool. Enjoy. But there's panic buying. People have just panic bought. This is it. Yeah, since this was first released, the panic buy has gone through the roof. People are just buying because there's a rebate, not because they need a battery.
Yeah, that's exactly right. That's exactly right. And that's what this is going to create as well. This another one of the changes we hadn't spoken about. This is actually effective from the 1st of May. Yeah. So we know what this means in solar, don't we? We've got now, that's 5 months, I think. 5 months. And less than that, less than 5 months.
With a Christmas rush.
And
a closure in there.
Well, that means these 50 kilowatt hour batteries between now and then, it's just going to go bunter. It's going to go crazy. Can you imagine the amount of panic buying that's going to go on?
And I think it's going on at the moment now.
People
are just trying to get the largest battery that they can possibly get now. And I'm like, why?
So
why do you want that?
It's interesting. I wonder if there's going to be installers or retailers who are going to prioritise their installers to say, well, no, I know this customer's been waiting a while, but they're only 20 kilowatt hours. This one's 50. They can get the full rebate. Like, you need to do 50s until this time.
Surely not.
Well, surely. I'm sure that will happen.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's going to happen.
Yeah.
Like, these are the things that are going to happen. Panic buying, rushed installing between now and then. Now, look, I understand why this has sort of happened, because we want Notice as an industry to be able to accommodate these changes. So it's a hard one to sort of get around, but sorry, I should have hit the mute button then.
Sorry.
So it's I feel like the design of the system just wasn't really that well thought out.
Yeah, the program was rolled out a little bit.
Yeah, I know. Like, for them to not have foresight about that people would just get huge batteries. Like, we all knew the battery rebate was going to be very popular. Like anything in solar and batteries, right?
Oh my gosh.
Sorry, I'll have it ready next time. I think it's that one.
The hay fever in Australia is real.
Absolutely. Low humidity at the moment.
Oh my gosh.
That's right, my finger's on the button. Like any rebate program or feed-in tariff or whatever it's been, they've all exceeded expectation. Every one of them we've had has exceeded expectation, and this is no different. So, I mean...
I reckon this one's a beast. I definitely reckon it. I'm going to disagree with you there. I think it is different, because there's no means tested.
Yeah.
This goes across everyone. There's no solar Vic rebate. There's no income.
Everyone can get it.
Everyone can get it. And people have wanted batteries for so long, and the only thing stopping them was a rebate.
Yeah, that's right.
And then this comes into play. Like, this was always going to be a beast.
And you can only get it once too.
And you can only get it once.
That was definitely encouraging more people to get it.
Just buy it because.
Just buy it, yeah, because it's there.
Because there's a rebate. I love those customers.
I know. Tell me about it. Well, so obviously, at least it's going to at least help. So let's talk about the good stuff. It's going to help more people get rebates.
Absolutely.
Okay? So
longevity of the program too.
Yeah. It's going to make there'll be more money to go around, more customers to help. I don't know if it's going to end up being more or less kilowatt hours of battery that are going to get installed. It's probably going to end up, with these changes, it'll probably end up being slightly less, but probably more that will be usable, I think. Like, the people who do get it installed, they'll actually charge and discharge more and have more of a benefit. So I think that's a good thing. I think that's a really good thing.
So As a customer, you got a 48 kilowatt.
40. Yep.
Why not the extra 8? That's annoying.
I'm just money, I think.
Fair.
Yep.
Fair.
Yep.
Why did you get such a big battery?
So I got it because I don't have gas is one thing, and I've now got an EV. So I feel like we needed something quite beefy. So this came at a perfect time for me to be able to get it. In hindsight, probably should have got the 48, but yeah, funds at the time were a bit low, as it happens when you're building a house.
Yep.
So yeah, for me, it was not having gas, and like and now looking back at some data, I think we got the perfect size. Like, yeah, maybe we could have even gone bigger, maybe.
Yeah. So if you're building a new house, you see, but it's a bit annoying because you're obviously in the industry. You know how batteries are sized and your usage and whatnot. So do you really think customers are going to be doing that?
No, I don't. Do you?
Nah, no way. No way. Absolutely not. And I don't think they have been doing that when they've been installing these large batteries. They're just doing it because they get like $11,000 off. I know. Which is hectic. It's a huge
lot
amount
of money.
Yeah.
It's a lot of money.
And when that carrot is done good in front of you, of course you're going to take it.
You're going to grab it, yeah.
Now, when that 48 kilowatt battery is only getting like a $2,000 rebate.
So let's get into how this... some negative consequences of this, which maybe were unforeseen when the rebate went through. So, when the changes went through. Now, you want to talk about a situation that you have that you informed me of yesterday. I'm like, oh, holy shit.
Yeah. So, as most of you would know, I work at 6 Star Plus, and we mainly service the builder market. So, with any new build, you contract and you send out your purchase orders usually about 3 months before that site starts. So builders have got their quotes locked and loaded. That price is locked in.
So we're talking now 3 months. So if you sign a building contract now,
it's about 3 to 4 months before you get to site.
Yeah.
And I reckon that's probably about the average time, because once that HIA contract's signed, then I guess you got your stamp plans, you're ready to go.
So now we're talking. Let's round it off to the 1st of April.
1st of April, yeah.
Now, okay, so we're talking now, we're at the end of 2025 now, so you're talking 1st of April.
Yep.
Okay.
So
and these changes the 1st of May.
1st of May. Okay. So I've got all these 40, 48, 30 kilowatt hour batteries that are not going to get panels installed until maybe April or May.
Is that if you're lucky, or is that if you're going well, or that's about right? Of course,
yeah, if everything goes well. By the time the roof's on, about a month after site start. Cut, slab, base, frame, all that stuff. So I'm going to have to now circle back to all my clients. There's probably about 15 to 20 clients that have had signed contracts with quite significant battery sizes. Yep. And now I'm going to have to circle back to them and say, hey, although I quoted you for 2026 STCs, I'm actually going to take probably 85% of that rebate off, and you've got a HIA contract that's already signed and it's already approved in your loan. That's how much you're borrowing. But you're going to have to borrow like an extra 15 grand if that's okay.
Wow.
So on one I did yesterday, this is the one that I spoke to you.
That's tough. Like,
yeah. So one that I spoke to you about yesterday was $13,800 in STC rebates, and that's just a 2026 flat rate. Yeah. That's just for batteries. And now he's only going to be entitled to $2,068.50. Okay. Which is an $11,721 difference.
So you've now got to go back to them and go, hey, look, I know we
I know you've
said this.
No, I know you've got a HIA contract that's signed and you've submitted that to the bank and that's gotten you your loan, but you're going to have to come up with like an extra 11 grand for me, please.
So what do you do with this? Like, do you just go, hey, you know what? Stuff it. Builders do this all the time. Variations here, variations there. Everyone knows if they build a house, it's going to cost you, 10% more or whatever.
Hey, I'm building a house at the moment, and if I got hit with an $11,000 variation, that's a lot. That can seriously put a build on hold.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So this is what I was saying before when you said, why didn't you get the 48?
Yeah.
Money gets tight when you're running out.
It's crazy.
And it's not. And the other thing, it's not even your money. And you're like, oh my God.
It's like I got money coming out of my bank every week for this frame.
Yeah.
I'm not even living in the house. Like it's insane. So that is a very tough conversation I've given.
You can't absorb that as a company. Either.
No.
You can't just can't just go, oh, look, rebates changed and look, we're such nice people that we're going to just absorb $11,000 a year.
And look, sometimes when the STCs roll over for the panels and we're booked out or we haven't got there in time, we will absorb that cost and we're happy to for our builders. But
that might also be, you might do that because potentially that could be like an operational, can you hear that?
Yeah, what is that?
No. It's all right. Potentially that could be an operational issue from your end. Like for some reason you haven't been able to get there or whatever. And then you might go, all right, we're trying to really push this out.
Yeah, and that does happen. That does happen sometimes.
And that can be a reasonable thing. And that might be, that might mean you get a little bit of rebate less compared to what you were going to get. But it's only a little step change, isn't it?
Yeah.
Usually.
It's not huge. So for that to, that was only one I found. There's so many that I have to go back to and have a look at.
Yeah.
And also having to deliver that message next Monday, like a week or a couple of days before Christmas.
Christmas.
Yeah, it's so shit. And my phone's just going to blow up. But I need to get on top of it now and I need to let these people know that if your house isn't going to be installed by May 1st, this is going to drop. And most of them won't be.
Right. Okay. So
just another example of how the building industry is never taken into consideration when it comes to solar, and it just makes it really hard for all these new energy targets and zero emissions by 2050 and everything.
Yeah, so many houses are going to have to get built between now and whatever the target is.
Yeah.
I don't even know what it is to help with the housing crisis we got.
But everything that is involved around energy requirements for new homes, we're just never at the forefront. We never thought about it. So
interesting. So I noticed there's been a lot of like backslapping going on and going, oh, look how good is this? Oh, we changed the rebate. We're making it better. Oh, all this extra funding. It's hard for them to think of everything, but I don't know, when you're talking how many thousands of these systems are going to be in this
this is also why clients choose to get the battery and they do it during the build because they can tack it onto their mortgage. It's usually accounted for. So as opposed to doing a battery after handover and coming back to us and doing it for whatever cost, they include it in their home loan and then they're paying $1,000 a week for their new home build, but included in that $1,000, maybe 50 of it is towards the solar system. Like it makes it very easy. However, this is now something it's going to be pretty shit. It's not a conversation I want to have and say, hey, you actually owe us an $11,000 more if you want to install that system. And then the admin and work revolved around probably supplying them quotes for smaller batteries that might be a bit more suitable because then between 40 and 28 you do get that 60%. So I don't know, just fun times. fun times.
Well, that's going to be interesting few weeks for you. So just from where I see it, I feel like it's a little bit of a missed opportunity from the government here to be able to put some protections in place, whether it's consumer protections, like it seems like everything's going to just fall on the installers with this. I thought something could have gone in place with all of that. That hasn't happened. There's been no changes on that end from what I can see. And then the other side is the inspections. I feel like there was a real opportunity there to say, we're upgrading the program and here's an inspection regime which is robust, it's rigid, it's going to be.
What's happening.
We're going to make sure it's going to be checked, it's going to be safe. And I would have thought that after the whole SIG Energy thing, even though we're still going through all of that, but that has happened. And, I think probably managed pretty well at the moment.
Well,
from where we're at the moment, where we're sitting at the moment, it looks like SIG have done pretty well. That was probably a little bit of I don't want to say like a bit of a wake up call, but to the government to be able to say, look, these things do need to be checked, managed, all this sort of stuff. We don't want a disaster on our hands, but they just haven't said anything about inspections and they don't seem to want to really talk about it. I don't know. And I just don't understand why. Like from where I'm sitting in the industry, it just doesn't make sense. Like you got to check these things. There's rebate money involved. You've got to make sure it's done correctly.
And it also worries me if something like this, an inspection regime like this does come out, and then they're circling back to batteries 2 months after it's been installed.
Yeah, I know.
Sorry, not 2 months, 2 years after.
Yeah, so I don't think they're going to do that again, because that's what a lot of the old CER ones used to do. Now, I think they've brought it forward now, and it's closer to a year. A lot of them are closer to a year now, maybe even less. So it's getting better with that. Solar Vic have got it really good, because it's usually within 3 months.
Yeah,
that's good.
Awesome.
It's funny because you can go to when you do solar, you go to Solar Vic and it's like, oh, this looks really good. It's all nice and clean. You get to a CER one and there's cobwebs and shit and dust all over it. All the labels are faded and stuff.
You look at the CES state and you're like, 18 months ago.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's right. Exactly.
And I don't think they should be able to do that. They shouldn't be able to come into an install months, even years after it's done.
Yeah.
And inspect it.
Look, I know that's right. Well, they did do that because they had to wait till the 12 months after the STCs were claimed, something along those lines. But it's not fit for purpose. I don't think.
STCs are never claimed that long. People do not wait that long.
No, they don't. No, that's right. That's a good point. That's never. A good point. Yeah.
No, with all the money, with all the money that's been held up in battery rebates, people want that ASAP.
Yeah, they need it like the next day.
Exactly right.
Yeah, that's right. Well, there's a fair bit to chew on there. But anyway, all right. Well, I reckon we're going to get to our first break, and then we're going to get a few people on the line, and let's see how it's affecting other people. What do you reckon? You want to make a prediction and say it's going to be overly positive or negative, or you think it's going to be a bit of both?
It's going to be a bit of both.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think there is still going to be a fair bit of panic installing. And a hell of a lot more admin as per usual. But I think it'll be good. Hopefully the stock can just catch up with us.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's right. Hopefully let's hope we don't have any sort of stock shortages like we have had.
It's like it's just becoming good.
Yeah.
And then now it's like...
Oh, yeah. Don't say that. As soon as things get good. As soon as things get good, and then it's like bang. Because that's what happened like with the whole SIG thing. The episode before we did the SIG one, we were like, things are going pretty good here. They're going pretty good. And then it was like...
fucked again.
I know. Well, that's it. It's all changed.
It's insane. It's blowing up.
All right. Okay.
Welcome to the solar coaster.
It is absolutely the solar coaster. It has been such a solar coaster year. All right. Okay.
I had my first mental breakdown the other day.
Well, there you go. Well, that's all just part of it. Isn't it?
It's like, fuck, that was fun.
All right. Well, we're going to go to a break, get some people on the line. I reckon the underlying tone will be generally positive. There'll be definitely negative connotations, I think. But yeah, I think it'll be generally positive. Which is a good thing.
Let's do it.
Let's see how we go.
All right. Can't wait to hear from our friends.
Sounds good. We'll be right back in just a few moments.
Tired of scrambling for CPD points at the last minute? With Southwell Solar Training, you can earn all 100 points for your accreditation without leaving home and without wasting time on boring, irrelevant courses. Our online training is practical, compliance-focused, and designed by industry pros who've actually been on the tools. Learn at your own pace, get your certificate instantly, and stay compliant without the stress. Check out the full course list now at southwellsolartraining.com.au and get your CPD the easy way.
Alrighty, we are back. First little ad break.
That was good.
Yep.
Good start.
Refresh.
Solid start. Just sort of recapping on what we've spoken about. We just covered a lot there. There was a lot. Mm-hmm. There's so much to chew on over this. You could go on for hours.
Also, I'd like to acknowledge the hard work of all the parties that were involved in changing this rebate.
Oh, for sure.
It isn't all doom and gloom, but
no, it's. I don't think it's
been so much hard work in the back end.
For sure.
And there is going to be a lot of good come out of it, but everything. Oh, sorry, Pat.
That's all right.
Like everything with solar, there's just like a small percentage that is always affected. And it is what it is.
Oh, for sure. I don't think we've come across as like whinging about it. And you're never going to keep everyone happy. I want to acknowledge that too. No. Like there's always going to be someone who's like a bit upset. Someone I used to work with used to say in these sort of negotiations, it's always good if everyone walks away from these things mildly annoyed. So then
slightly affected.
Exactly. And
I
then
don't think people
we
will be
adapt.
closing businesses over it.
I don't think so. Hopefully in time it'll be the ones that do, push the 50 kilowatt hour batteries to 5 kilowatts and the
cowboys.
The dodgy sales tactics, the slimy snake oil.
Get rid of them.
Yep. Yeah, piss off. Get out of our industry. We don't want you. Piss off. All right. Okay. All right, so we've got a few calls. We're going to get on now. Hopefully this works. We always have trouble when we do this, but it's going to work today.
Bring it on.
All right, so we've got Nick Mullins. So Nick, we've spoken about in another episode with Warren. Yeah, he knows Warren from Canberra when we spoke about the SIG stuff. All right, so we are now going to give Nick Mullins a call and we want to talk to him about how this rebate is going to be affecting him. So Nick's from Wagga. Let's see what he has to say.
Des Mullins Electrical, this is Nick.
Nick, it's Pat Southwell and Lawrence Aconti from Solar Psychics. How are you, mate?
Good, Pat. How are you? Hi, Lauren.
Hello, how you going?
Not too bad, not too bad.
All right, good
That's
stuff.
good.
Thanks for jumping on with us, mate.
No worries, mate.
You can hear us okay, can you?
Yeah, clear as a bell. No dramas.
Good stuff.
What are you doing?
I've just been to the wholesaler to buy some gear. We still do solar and batteries, only about 85% of what we do. We're still electrical contractors. So I'm actually out putting power back onto a customer's got tripping power this morning. So the boys are out doing an install and I'm running around doing the bosses running around doing the general work.
Nice.
Good. You're in Wagga, is that right?
Yeah, we're in Wagga down here in regional New South Wales. So.
Yeah. So I must say, so it's pretty hot in Melbourne today. You must be over 40 up there today. Is it hot today?
It will be. It's 34 here at the moment.
Yeah, right.
So
Can't wait to get out in the sun.
yeah, not a good day. The boys have done the pre-install, so they're just stacking batteries and commissioning and that today. So they've got an easy cruise into Christmas.
That's good.
That sounds pretty good. Pretty happy with that. All right, Nick. Well, thanks for jumping on. We just we're doing a bit of a ring around to see how the changes to the rebate are going to be affecting people in different situations, in different businesses. You know, everyone's got a different story to tell. So you're aware of. Sorry, that's my dog. You're aware of the changes that were announced like last Friday and Saturday, I think it was, in the industry.
I think like everyone sort of the rumour mill's been running around for the last sort of good 6 weeks on the socials and through the industry that there's changes are coming and rightly so. It had to change. Like we weren't going to ride the golden goose off into the sunset forever.
That's a good way of looking at it. I like that.
Well, it reminds me that we started in 2010 back when the New South Wales solar bonus scheme was on and
60. You're talking gross feed, 60 cent gross feeding tariffs. Oh.
60 cent for gross feeding tariff, 5 times multiplier on the Rex rebate. We were doing 10 kilowatt systems for 45 grand installed.
That is insane.
And basically back then, if you had a kilowatt of panels on the roof, you grossed $1,000 of income to either offset your power or put in the bank, really.
Yeah, those were the days.
And it happened then. They slammed the roller door down on that scheme overnight. Yep. And caused a lot of pain in the industry. And I think everyone was a little bit anxious to get clarity on whether it was going to happen short term or be tapered off with these new changes. So. Yeah, I think it's going to drive the boom again for at least till May 1.
Yeah.
And it's going to affect, as you say, small and big retailers, everyone differently.
Well, how many? What are your numbers like? How many installs, sort of roughly, are you guys doing in, let's say, a week?
Look, we're not big installers. Like we do a couple of jobs a week.
Yep.
Some weeks we only do one. It just depends what's happening with every electrical. I sort of wear all the hats. I'm the salesman. The admin, like a lot of small retailers. The boys, I invested some money in my tradie earlier in the year, who's now fully battery accredited. So that's taken the pressure off running between selfies and back to the office and supervising and ticking off all the boxes. But still the compliance and everything and keeping on top of everything is, just a challenge for all business, I think.
Definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. So what do you... where do you reckon the biggest changes are going to be that's going to affect you? Like, obviously, you're going to be... Are you doing many 50s or 40s and 50s? Are you doing many of them at the moment?
Our sort of average size is we only do SIG, So our average size is sort of 32 kilowatt hours. It's where we sort of found our sweet spot. We are still putting full stacks in for customers. Because we're out here in Wagga, we've got a lot of 3-phase installations, even residentials, big houses. So the biggest stacks obviously give people that sort of surety, and people are still investing heavily in the solar and batteries. But we're sort of at the moment booked towards the end of February.
Interesting.
So we've got a bit of space in our schedule. I think I was talking to Warren last night from Sunbuilt in Canberra. He's not far off closing off his books for getting towards the May 1st deadline.
There you go. Wow. So we were just Lauren and I were just talking about this on the new builders market. So you're talking. So this is just normal residential installation, and he's already got his books full. Basically, in May. Yeah, right.
That's crazy.
Yep. And we haven't got an infinite number of installers, right? So everyone runs different business models. Some people subcontract, some are small retailer installers like me. Yep. But I think the bigger guys that are all booked solid, it's going to become a supply and demand issue for customers are going to have to only have certain people that they can get installs done with because everyone's going to be booked out. So whether that drives up a price increase, potentially, maybe.
Do you reckon that's a good thing or a bad thing if there's a price increase?
Well, it's the nature of business, isn't it, Pat? It's supply and demand. Like
I know, but then I know. I suppose.
I mean, no one wants to see customers getting ripped off. And it does happen, like in any industry. But I think there's anyone that's got space in their schedule now. Obviously, there's no reason to drop prices because the demand is only going to get higher and higher as we move closer towards that May 1 deadline.
Interesting times. This is going to be interesting for you guys to see how you manage all this and also then what's going to be coming in that period to the time you fill your books up, because that's you're right.
Well, you've got to manage your teams too. Like obviously bigger teams, the closer we get to that May 1, there's going to be pressure coming to schedules, and you've got Easter breaks in there and holidays and things that still have to, family time, it has to happen. So I think it's important for businesses to look after your teams and not lose sight that they can only do what they can do. Customers do get upset sometimes when schedules don't go as they like, but
and builders.
and builders. And now we've had some calls from new builds yesterday that are worried about it because they don't want to miss the May deadline, but they don't think they're going to have the house up in time. And we're like, well, we can only do, if you can get the house up and get your bit done, well, we can do our bit. But if you miss your slot, you're on the board in a block. If you miss that, potentially may not happen.
Yeah, that's good.
And it's just the way the cookie's going to crumble, isn't it?
How good. I love that we're calling the shots and not the builders.
No, they've got me by the balls. They call the shots.
I don't think they are going to like that. And like, it's good for the industry, like what the government's done now with these changes. It is going to be hopefully sustainable, and we can maybe ride this for 2 or 3 years or 4 years. It just depends how it all rolls out. But I can't see electricity prices are going to get cheaper anytime soon. So,
I believe there was something on the news yesterday about the skyrocket of electricity prices that's yet to come.
Yeah, I laugh most weeks when you get up, Lauren. You don't really need to push the narrative in your customer talks because it's all over the news.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like we're fighting with it.
Yeah, we're just ride the top of the wave, I suppose. Try and ride it into the beach, not
pretty
get
much.
dumped off.
Hopefully it's a big long wave, one of those really nice big.
Well, we've had a few different waves in our time, and if you've been around since 2010, you've seen them all.
Yeah, and I think that's a lesson for everyone that's in there. Like, to run a sustainable business and be there long term, everyone's entitled to price what they want to price, but if you want to be part of the race to the bottom and the cheapest on the block, potentially you may not be there to service your customers long term and give them certainty and do a good job. Like we're more quality than quantity. My boys have the time to do a good job on site. I want them to be able to post a photo on socials or on the installers page and be proud of what we do. which not all installers have the time to, or the dollars in their jobs to do that.
Absolutely. Oh, well, you're talking the right kind of language. You're definitely the type of people that we want in this industry, Nick. If that's the way you run your business, I mean, it's all good and well to get as many jobs as you can in, but yeah, you're right. If you can't service them later on, or you're not going to be able to, you've
That's
done.
the point.
Yeah, that's it. You've done it at a margin where you just can't sustain. There's no point. There's just no point.
Yeah, because we're dealing with new technology, right? So it is going to stop. The app is going to glitch. There is going to be little fickly things that happen where customers do need a hand. So you just got to price that. It's not free. It's built into your price to service your jobs and your customers. I think that's going to be even more important moving forward in the rest of this boom, to deal with the volume that we're all going to have to deal with over the next 4 months.
Yeah, and then what do you see for after that initial boom, which is sort of starting? Well, we're already in it. Between now and May, and then the next one. Ago. Yeah, how do you see your next winter looking, Nick? What do you think that's going to end up looking like?
Look, I think you're going to have to. Customers are going to, as we get closer, become more aware of what's going on. Maybe we do have to look at getting more efficient at what we do, and maybe have to compete on more price wise to win jobs and get jobs. But we don't want to be sacrificing quality or service just to win jobs.
Yeah.
Potentially for us, it's where we're lucky being a small ship. Like, small ships can change direction quickly rather than trying to turn a big ship around. We still supplement electrical in there. So instead of there being big highs and lows like the solar coaster, we can fill the gaps in with electrical and new houses and a bit of other stuff, which gives the boys a bit of variety in their work as well.
Very good.
Love that. I think there is going to be so much more education and care from customers as well. I think when they're purchasing a battery that big, they were just purchasing it because there was a rebate. But when that is now only $2,000 on a 48 kilowatt, there's got to be some sort of education from the salesperson, the admin, the staff, whoever's selling that system, and the customer's got to care a lot more about what they're putting in.
I think it's going to be interesting what happens with this legislated changes to default energy prices in July. If the government makes retailers start to potentially give consumers 2 hours of free electricity in the middle of the day, well, you can educate consumers to maybe fill up some of these bigger batteries in that free period. But the other side of that is retailers are running a business, and potentially peak charges may rise 10 or 15 cents a kilowatt hour to cover this period that they give power away in the middle of the day.
Oh yeah, whether it's peak charges or whether it's your line rental, or probably gonna hit the people a bit more that don't have solar or batteries and can't utilize all the assets they've got.
And then the other thing too is, if there's a change of government, like the whole industry is relying on government policy, so there's only got to be a change of government, and then potentially the whole thing changes again, the whole schemes.
Yeah, it definitely makes things harder when there's a change of government. We had basically 10 years of coalition government, and the industry was able to get through and still grow, but a lot of stuff gets made difficult. Yeah,
I mean, New South Wales, we're in the central energies area, so we sort of call it the Wild West down here. It's still all self sign off. There's a few, building commission is starting to do inspections here in New South Wales.
I have heard that. I have heard about a fair bit of this happening. It's on a lot of it's on new builds, isn't it? Is that right?
Yeah, new builds, but we have had, there's been industry briefs around Wagga. We have had them in Wagga looking at battery installs.
Look at
and actually there has been guys fined for failure to upgrade RCDs. Your favourite topic, labelling.
Yeah.
So it is. There is changes coming for everyone.
Yeah, look, I mean, hopefully that's a positive. Hopefully that's managed well. Like, if it's managed well and rolled out, in a fair way, I can only see that being a positive for the industry, as long as it's done correctly. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Well, we all doesn't matter how long you've been in this industry, you learn something new every day. Right? There's new products, there's new ways to do things, there's new requirements that you missed.
Yeah.
It's a full-time job, just keeping up with everything.
Absolutely.
Sure.
Yeah, absolutely. I find and I don't even install anymore, as Lauren pointed out before. I don't even install anymore, but just me inspecting every day and keeping up with all the changes, it's even difficult for me, and it's like my full-time job. It's really hard. So kudos to all installers, designers, and people that are at the forefront of that. It's really difficult, and everyone's doing a really good job, I reckon, which is good.
Yeah. Oh, well, at the end of the day, everyone's just trying to do the best they can do and go home to their family and put food on the table and provide a service for customers. Yeah,
good stuff. No worries, Nick. Well, before we let you go, mate, get you back out there, out from your nice aircon car. What's you're gonna stitch up Warren? He said you stitched him up in the last episode.
Warren over at Canberra there. I think he's busy this week. He's running around all the Canberra inspectors, dropping off his cartons of beer to cut their anger back for his maybe enticing all inspectors that are after him in Canberra. But anyway, his Dan Murphy account might be pretty high in the next week, dropping off his supplementary cartons of beer around all the inspectors.
Maybe
I think he's been undergoing some forklift driving lessons this week as well at his warehouse. Yeah.
Look out.
Okay, there you go. Oh, that's good. Well, it sounds like Canberra's the place to be for an inspector then. Maybe I should.
No.
I don't see cartons of beer rolling up in my front door. Where's that?
I think they probably have to declare it over there in Canberra.
They probably do. They probably do. Yeah. Oh, that's good.
Anyway, no, we've been working with Warren. We sort of started SIG together 18 months ago, and I think everyone in the industry, it's good to have people that you can call to help and get ideas with.
Yeah. Story of my life.
And it helps everyone.
Yeah, we all work pretty well together. So it's good that you find these little networks of people, and we can all help each other out and be better for everyone. Yeah,
no. Well, hope everyone in the whole industry has a good Christmas. Obviously, there'll be people working right up until Jan 1 to satisfy their orders.
Yeah.
We won't be one of them.
No, that's good.
One of the lucky ones.
No, that's good. All right, Nick, thanks very much, mate. I really appreciate you jumping on. You have a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, mate. And
same to you guys.
All right.
Thank you.
Look forward to listening to you in the new year.
Good on you, Nick.
Good.
Thanks,
Thank
mate.
you.
Thanks, guys. Cheers, bye.
That's Nick Mullins from Wagga. That was good.
That was good. Quite positive as well.
Yeah, I think generally the tone that he had was quite positive.
He does make a good point there that if you are a small team, you can adapt to these changes and these legislation changes across anything that's brought in or removed. I guess if you aren't running a huge show, you can adapt. But we are very good at adapting.
Yeah, I think we absolutely are.
And most of us know what our pipeline is and where it's going, jobs we've won or what's coming up. And I think, there will be a lot of shuffling between now and May 1st to try and get those big ones in.
I think that is the case. I really did notice then just the more relaxed country attitude that Nick's got. Like he's pretty much saying everyone's going to be working up until Christmas, but we won't be. Like he's got his pipeline there. Yeah, it's probably the way to be honest. Like, we're all just, around the cities, just running around trying to just do everything.
We're out of control.
Absolutely. All right, we'll go to our next one. We've got Matt Wilson from Central Spark, Victoria. He's always got a lot to say about these sort of stuff. I've got no idea what Matt's going to say, but I know it's going to be good.
It's going to be good. Let's go.
All right, let's go with Matt. All right.
Good morning.
Hi, Matt. How you going?
I'm just taking some form-based selfies.
Oh, stop it. You got your mug out?
Yeah, I look older by the end of the day.
You're cooked. I'm sure you know it's Pat and Loz here. How are you?
Yeah. Yeah, we're really well. How are you guys?
Yeah,
great.
Going really good. Just before we get too far into it, what's you got another hot day up there, mate?
Currently it's 34, I think.
Yeah, okay.
Which is going to be a warm one. I need to find somewhere cool so I can have a chat with you guys.
Yeah.
Oh, stop it.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, very good, mate. Very good. Been well? Everything going well?
The new normal is yet to establish itself. It's pretty epic, this battery rebate extravaganza that we're having at the moment. But business is good. Personally, I could really do with Christmas.
Yeah, yeah.
Feels.
You do know that means sitting down and having to spend time with like extended family. You know that's what that means. You know.
I thought that was my opportunity to catch up on all the admin that I hadn't done.
Okay, right.
That's what I'm using it for.
Yeah, okay.
I'm dreaming of a couple of IPAs and a hammock in the backyard. That's probably about as far as I've planned for Christmas, but I think that's what I'm aiming for. If I get that, happy days.
Oh, very good, mate.
Love it.
Very good. Well, what So yeah, we're doing this episode about the battery rebate. We've spoken to someone in Wagga so far. Bit of a country sort of theme today. So, what are your thoughts, Matt? We don't know. I haven't spoken to you. Preempted this conversation about if it's going to be positive, negative, neutral, whatever. What do you reckon, mate? What's your take on it?
And maybe just give us a little spiel on what you're installing as well. Set the scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. So at our business, we sort of straddle off-grid and on-grid.
Yeah.
Prior to the start of last year, we were predominantly an off-grid solar installation business from a battery point of view. We moved into installing batteries probably 2 years ago on maybe 20 to 30% of our systems. Awesome. And then start of last year, we were sort of adding maybe 40% of our systems were getting batteries. And then obviously announcement came, rebate turned up, and we're looking at 85, 90% of all the systems that we're installing right now are battery. And everything else we're doing is battery ready because most of our fleet is Fronius Gen 24.
Yeah.
So anything we put in now is ready to rock and roll. We work with Tesla, we work with Franklin, we work with the Whisper 7, which is a Power Plus product, and then obviously Power Plus Energy for our off-grid with a little bit of XESS in there as well.
Okay, very good. All right. So what do you reckon of these changes, Matt? Like, what do you reckon?
It's a really interesting timing to make a change like that. It obviously re-energizes the market really quickly. We basically, in a 4-day period, I think we sold several $100,000 worth of battery systems.
Wow. Because
everyone went, oh my God, it's going to end. And away they went. Now, from that point of view, that's really annoying because we don't want to be causing a boom-bust cycle in the industry. It's what it's doing. It's unavoidable. That's what's going to happen. For me, I think this is where we should have been all the time. What has really pointed out to me, the reason they've had to make these changes is that solar installation companies and solar retailers haven't been doing designs for customers correctly. So they haven't been doing... We did a quote for a customer a few weeks ago, and it's where I am today. I'm installing the job today. And they said, look, back when you put our solar in originally, you were the only company that actually looked at our electricity bills before you quoted anything.
Wow.
And so having that conversation with people about, okay, so what are your needs? Do I need a 40 kilowatt hour battery? Do I need a 12 kilowatt hour battery? When a customer's got a load of 6 to 8 kilowatt hours a day and they're getting a 40 kilowatt hour battery because the sales consultant who Monday to Friday 2 weeks ago was only selling photocopiers for a living. And it's absolutely true. Is telling them that 40 kilowatt hours is what you need. That's what everyone's getting and that's what you should have.
It's madness. Absolute madness.
This is why we've had to make this change because people are greedy in simple terms. They want to get the most out of the rebate as they can. And we've seen it before. We saw it with the original $8,000 rebate decade or two back where people were just getting systems regardless of whether they were useful for the property or not because they were basically free. So they just did it. And this is what we're seeing now. Got to keep up with the Joneses. Don't want to miss out. Put a big battery in. Who cares if you only cycle it down to 70% every day?
Jeez. Okay. So that's a positive then, that change. What do you reckon that's the right mechanism or the right lever to pull to be able to do that? So we're separating out, sort of 3 categories, 0 to 14, 14 to 28, 28 to 50. That's sort of the 3 sizes where you can claim different thresholds of rebate. Do you reckon that's the right mechanism?
I don't know that they really have another way of doing it. So originally, the rebate was way too generous. My off-grid customers, who typically get really large batteries anyway, are saying, "Oh my gosh, I can get $18,000 off the cost of my battery system."
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, their off-grid system is incredibly affordable. But that's a different, that's essential power services. So maybe they should always have been eligible to that sort of rebate. Someone on the grid doesn't need 50 kilowatt hours of storage. It's not where we should have been to begin with. We actually see typically most of our customers are averaging between the 11 and 20 kilowatt hour range for a battery. We do have bigger ones, but when we do the numbers, we're not seeing as many systems as you'd think that need those huge batteries. So unfortunately, industry's brought this on themselves. Like we've done this to ourselves. We started installing rubbish that is basically going to fall apart in 3 years, and trying to maximize the claim that business can make. Those businesses won't be around to look after those customers. We all know that. So unfortunately, I think the CER, yes, they made a mistake in the beginning. It was too generous. I don't see how you could change it any other way. They've given us a little bit of lead time to make that change, not a huge amount. But to be honest, everyone is going to be full by now anyway. So
yeah, we were just talking about that. Lauren was talking about a lot of the new builds, basically, already spoken for. Like they're not going to get, they're not getting roofs on until May. A lot of them, so they can't even. They're not going to get done in time. And then we were speaking to someone else who knows people who, they've basically shut their books for the May installs already. They've sort of said, all right, well, that's it. We're sort of done. We're done on that rebate. So, yeah, sounds like a lot of people are spoken for that time.
And what it really opens up is the can of worms that is incompetent solar installers and battery installers. So all of us now are desperately looking for good quality workers that can install these systems for us so we can obviously do more before that deadline comes out. Like I'm on the tools 5 days a week. It's quite hilarious to think a business owner is installing batteries, and that's simply because there are not enough qualified battery installers. And a lot of the ones that are literally 12 months out of their electrical apprenticeship. They've done a battery course, they've done a Grid Connect course, they've got no technical supervisor within their company. They're just subbing to someone. They don't have any experience to draw on. They don't have anyone to call. They don't have years of industry experience where they can contact 3 or 4 of their mates in the industry and say, hey, what do you reckon about this? So they're our big challenge. And how do we upskill them quickly enough when there's already a lack of really good qualified electricians in the industry anyway? So
skill shortages, you reckon, is going to be, I won't say the downfall, but that's we know it's a challenge, but that's going to be, what, you think?
It's the throttle.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
So if you imagine, if we had an unlimited workforce, can you imagine how many batteries would have been installed by now?
Oh, we would have gone through that 2.3 by now easily, I reckon. Easily. That 2.3 billion that was originally put up, we would have gone through that by now. Yeah. It's a really interesting time for business and to be in the solar industry, because everyone is rushing to get as much work done as they can. Everyone is working on really extended pipelines and timelines. The way people are having to order equipment and look after stock is changing completely. It's really finding out a lot of business owners that have no systems, or large businesses that have no systems, constantly complaining about stock shortages, unavailability of bits, no ability to pre-order. Like it's really challenging. And even good operators that have been doing it for a long time, like they've been caught out. Yeah. So it's good fun. How's your crew going with it all? Like, are they managing all right? Like, I know you're big on making sure that your staff are, well, not just well-trained, but they're also looked after with their mental health, and you check in on them and all that sort of stuff. Like, I know you're sort of right at the forefront with that sort of thing. Like, how are they dealing with this boom at the moment?
What we are doing the best we can is insulating the installation teams from the pressure as best we can.
Yep.
Now, saying that, you get a faulty battery control unit or something, you get 2 sick staff members, all of a sudden that pressure rises. So they're ready. They're ready for Christmas. I have been sent by the admin team at my work the list of beer, wine, and spirits I need to get for the Christmas party tomorrow.
Yep.
It's extensive. Let's just put it that way.
Good investment by the sound of it. Good investment.
They're ready to unwind. The level of pressure is so high, especially on the qualified A grades. They're being asked to work in incredibly taxing situations. And so I can use myself as an example today. I came to this job yesterday. I had a faulty component. I've had to fault find that. It's hot. It's the 6th battery install I've done this week. I'm trying to deal with how to fix that, how to repair that. I've got years of experience, so I know eventually that we've got a faulty unit. I've got to come back the next day to repair it. Now, you do that every single day. That takes a mental toll on any team leader's abilities, and they've also got to look after the apprentices at the same time. So if you're sitting there with an apprentice saying, "What are you doing?" and the apprentice is looking at you, you tell him, "Well, I've turned the thing on and off again 4 times and it hasn't started working again yet. We hope it will. That's what tech support told us to do. Now they're not calling us back." And then the apprentice goes, "Oh, should I go clean the screw box out or something?" And they go, "Yes, that'd be a great idea." So that's kind of what's going on at the minute for a lot of crews. I think one of the key takeaways for me is to try and not put too much work on their plate. So if you think they can do 5 battery installs a week or 10 battery installs a week, whatever that you believe is an allowable amount, drop that down. Take 20% off that. Give them time and space to get their work done, because all you end up doing is chasing your tail around and around and around, fixing little problems. Yeah, absolutely, you're going to cook them.
Well,
and it's just the danger of subcontracting as well. Those people will do it because they're chasing that money for whatever reason. That's fine. They're allowed to do that. But they'll cook themselves just with the pressure of trying to get it done.
And I suppose the thing is, like, even if you don't take off that 20% and you do go full throttle and get it all done as well, that extra money that you make, is it worth it? You got to ask yourself, like, is it actually, I suppose, I'll put the question to you, would it be worth it as a business? Like, you get a little bit of extra money, but you cook a whole lot of people. Is that worth it?
No, it's not worth it. 100% it is not worth it. But part of the challenge with a business when a rebate like this is brought out is cash flow. So all of a sudden, yes, we're making more money, but we're also having to invest heavily in equipment. So, you know, our monthly turnover has risen by 50%.
Wow.
So like without having extra staff, but we've still got to get that equipment, get that stock, forward order that stock, hold that stock in the warehouse due to stock shortages. So, you know, if you've got hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars sitting in the stock, that's a lot of stock in your warehouse. That's a liability that you've got to then be able to service. And so you're building a bigger wheel. You're building a bigger cash flow wheel. Some businesses are borrowing money to achieve this. Some have got other mechanisms to do that. But as you build it, you have to still get the work done to continue to make it work. So yes, there might be a new normal setup, but this is the bit that people aren't really identifying with the rebate. They're setting it up as isn't this great for industry? We've just got all this work. It's like, yes, but we haven't sustainably achieved it. We're trying to deliver it with mechanisms that aren't designed for it. Like our warehouses aren't big enough. Our safety mechanisms, who's got like valid lithium storage in their property? Tell me one solar installer who's storing their lithium batteries correctly.
That's a good point.
Like there's so many challenges and things that we're working through, and cash flow can't be, it just doesn't magically appear, and then you don't magically have the money to pay for the stock. If you get a delay of a week on a project, you know, some of these battery jobs are worth $80,000, $90,000. If you're holding that stock for that job for a few weeks, or having to cash flow it on a 30-day account, even a 30-day end of month account, it's a big cash flow wheel you've got to drive.
Yeah, and with that extra money, you're probably looking at lower margins. Like, you're still probably making good money, but lower margins with a higher risk.
And this comes back to our 50 kilowatt hour batteries. Companies selling, we're selling batteries that have got A-grade lithium cells in them, right? A lot of these other batteries on the market, they're not buying the premium lithium cells. They're buying the B-grade cells. That's why they're so cheap. Like there's reasons why these batteries are cheap. People can say the components are good. People can say the construction is good. But at the end of the day, they're cheap cell pouches. They're cheap cell packs. Like that's not all manufacturers make A-grade, B-grade, C-grade cells. If they're making a good quality cell pack, they're also making ones that don't quite cut the mustard. They're going into our Australian batteries. Anyone who's done any research into lithium battery technology knows that only the A-grade cells go into good quality products. And if you ask your supplier what grade cell is going into your pack, if they can't tell you, then you should probably be a little bit worried.
It's probably not the one, yeah. Probably not the A-grade ones.
And so that has changed the whole dynamic. Like we can't deal with that cash flow problem, and we can't deal with making good money because the margins have been cut. We have to compete with these high volume operators who are selling batteries so cheap that, like, to be honest, if a customer said, oh, well, sorry, mate, you're twice as expensive, I'll just put another one in 5 years' time if it breaks. Sorry, that's okay. Like, we can't compete price-wise with them, so we have to compete on quality, reliability, availability, servicing, warranty. So you've got to build all those back-end parts into your business as well.
Yeah. A lot to chew on there, mate. Absolutely. All right, mate. Well, I think we're going to leave it there. We're going to, we've got, I don't know where to go. I don't know where to go from here. There's so much to think about and talk about, but you've definitely provided a perspective from us, as I knew you would be, a unique perspective that a lot of stuff I hadn't thought of myself. So thanks for sharing it all with us, Matt.
It is
not a
wealth
problem.
of knowledge, Matt. I love listening to you.
Yeah.
You too have a lovely, lovely Christmas.
Likewise,
don't work too hard. Can we get some photos of you in your Christmas attire somewhere?
Yes, you can.
Yeah, that sounds good.
I'll send it in the post. I'll send it in Santa's sack.
Can you just fax it to me? It'll be fine.
Done. And expect a message from either one of us because we're teeing you up for a full episode about you mad nutter.
Ooh, can we do something? Can we do something creative, like talking about cool solar technology from 1997?
Absolutely.
Mate, we can definitely bring that in. That'd be fun.
We're coming up for the night, buddy.
Yep, sounds good.
Ooh, fun times. All right, gang. Thank you.
No worries.
Good on you, Matt.
Merry Christmas.
Thanks again, mate. Have a good one.
Bye.
All right, that's Matt Wilson, Central Spark, Victoria. Geez, I don't know where to start with him. Like, I don't even know what I'm thinking anymore. There's so much stuff he just brought up that I hadn't even thought about.
Yeah.
But he knows his stuff, Matt, doesn't he?
He's a very clever man.
All right. Okay, well, we're going to go to a break. I just need to collect my thoughts after talking about that. All right, we're going to go to a break and we'll come back to wrap up after this.
Confused by battery labelling? You're not alone. It's one of the biggest causes of defects, and with the new standards, it's easy to get caught out. Our battery labelling course breaks it all down in simple, practical steps so you know exactly what's required and where every label goes. Plus, if you subscribe, you'll get access to all of our courses, from solar labelling and defects through to battery testing and more. Check it all out at southwellsolartraining.com.au and get your CPD the easy way.
All right, we're back to wrap up. All right. Still trying to get my head around that chat with Matt. So much happening.
Yeah, there was some really interesting things that he said in there. What I'm quite honed in on is about the lithium storage, the correct lithium storage. There would not be people doing that.
People aren't doing it.
Nah, no way.
No.
And even about the sales, it is something that probably I think most salespeople would overlook.
Is this a new tier one? Like
Pretty much. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, but I believe more what Matt's been saying about it. Like, tier one's a bit of spin really, because it doesn't really mean the quality, but it sounds like he's talking about the composition of what's actually in the battery, which does make a difference.
And what's been installed on those 48 kilowatts that are going in every Tom, Dick and Harry's house.
They are, aren't they? They absolutely are. Yeah, okay. Oh, so what do you reckon? So you learned anything more from talking to these people? Like, I feel like it's we've sort of predicted what's going to happen. There's going to be a few curveballs thrown at us, I reckon.
Absolutely. I think something like this was bound to come into play sooner
Yeah.
or later. And yeah, they have given us a little bit of time.
Yeah.
But there is going to be probably a little bit of a rush
Mm.
now, which is just what you kind of need. Because I think, I don't know, do most installers and subbies and retailers, do they come back and Jan's pretty cruisy? Jan and Feb? Like,
Not Feb.
no.
I reckon Jan potentially might be a little bit. No, look, I won't say cruisy, but I think most people won't ramp up fully until, mid-Jan, and then there'll be a few that'll come back on like the 5th and 6th around that time.
Yeah. So, I mean, it doesn't matter for us in the builder market. Houses are being built all year round.
Yeah.
And most of our builders, they come back on the 5th. We've decided to have the first week off and just get everything into play. Bit of like an admin week from the 5th. But, yeah, I feel like we don't really get – like we're always busy from Jan 5th, so it doesn't really matter. So I wonder how – the other people, like they're going to be installing just after they come back from Christmas break, I reckon.
Yeah, it's going to be basically, I think they'll be on the phone to them saying, when are you back, when are you back, when are you back?
Well, considering all the wholesalers would usually stay open except for the big days.
Yeah, I think so. And they might do like reduced hours a little bit. They might open at 9, some of them, that sort of stuff.
Yeah, I think there's, the installs aren't going to slow down.
I don't think they will. I just as we're talking now, I just had another 5 CESs come through.
Thanks, Reese.
Yeah. It's not just Reese. We've got a few others that are, really sort of wanting to get as many through as they can.
Yep.
I understand that. I just really hope there's not too many 50 kilowatt hour batteries that we see between, like, not too many more, I suppose, than what we have as a proportion. But we will have to see. Look, it's going to be a really busy and interesting time.
Big year.
Yeah. Look, it's. I mean, we're going to do finalize and do a bit of a wrap up on our next episode on what's happened this year. But yeah, it's been such a big year, hasn't it? It's been
a big year.
Yeah, like I think it's been pretty taxing on people's mental health and that sort of thing, which is pretty standard. It's been like that for a while now. Like, we go back as far as, even around the COVID times, that was quite taxing for different reasons. At least now, like, people are, probably getting a bit more efficient with what they're doing. They're getting through more work. Hopefully people in the industry are making money and we're not just trying to compete for low margins. Because I think
hope so.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're always going to get the sharks out there and all that sort of stuff when you've got rebate money involved, and they're just going to try and cash in. And like Matt said, they're not going to be here in 3 years. That's going to happen a little bit no matter what. But it's not everyone. And you speak to people like Nick Mullins, who we spoke to before, he's not going to compromise his quality.
Yep.
I
know you shouldn't either.
No, that's it. I only encourage people who are putting their names to things to not do that as well, to not compromise quality and their margins.
It's an installer market these days. There is such a shortage of trades, electricians, anyone that can sign off a battery. There still isn't enough installers out there. So they do really have all the keys, don't they?
At the moment they do, but this is the thing. Like you need to be able to make buck now while you can, because it didn't seem that long ago that I was talking to people about how hard their winter was. Like not so much this winter because we had the batteries come through, but like winter of 2023, it was very difficult. A lot of companies went bust. That wasn't that long ago. That seems like a long time ago now because of what we've gone through with all the batteries. But there was companies going bust all the time, and everyone was sort of waiting for that August, September rush when everyone starts buying again, because no one bought in that, from that sort of April, May of that year. So, I know we've got short memories with a lot of this sort of stuff, but you need to be able to do it now. You don't know what's around the corner. Who knows? There could be another bust around the corner.
Do you reckon people in this industry just black things out? Black out major events?
100%. 100% they do.
Like, fuck, I can't wait to forget that.
Oh, for sure. Most people wouldn't even know what they did in COVID, and like whether they were installing or not. I think it's just the time.
I was still a builder in COVID. I wasn't even over at 6 star.
Yeah. And you know what? We're actually worse in Melbourne too. You speak to people in Queensland, they're like, "Oh yeah, we couldn't work. Yeah, we just went down to the beach for a few days instead, and we're like, like locked in our houses till 5 p.m. when we could do an hour's exercise, and we're like, remember all that shit?
Oh, it was ridiculous.
It was bullshit.
Yeah, that curfew was insane.
Yeah, that's it. That was all bullshit. So
maybe they're bringing like a solar curfew.
Maybe.
No more batteries.
Yeah.
Nah, I hope it never gets to that.
No, for sure. Before we tidy up, I just wanted to mention I got my EV on the road and running around doing inspections now, which has been really cool. only one little mishap so far with the charging. Yesterday morning, I tried to get a little bit too clever, and I'm now on a 8 cent night rate.
Which is pretty good.
Yeah, it seems pretty good. So I just went and changed that, and now we're I tried to work it all out through. So I've got the SIG app, I've got the Ocular Charger app, and then I've got the Kia app. They don't all work too well together. Sometimes they can be a little bit clunky.
Too many apps.
Yeah, and I thought it was all these things that were not working. And I woke up in the morning and my battery was still at like 19%. So I had to go and do a fast charge yesterday morning, which was good. It got me to catch up on some emails while I was in the car, turned the aircon on and just sat there.
Chill out.
Yeah, put the massager on. It was actually really good. So I got all that done, but I worked it out last night, and it turned out I thought it was like the smart port in the SIG, which was not allowing the ocular charger to let the current flow through. But it turns out there's a button on the ocular charger, which I think I might have pressed, and it was putting it into suspension mode.
Oh.
Yeah, so it'd like connect and it'd say charging, and it'd charge for like 3 or 4 seconds, and then it'd go suspended. As soon as I pushed the button on that, it fixed it all.
Random.
I know. So
you gotta, you'll know your gear. You'll know your EV charge.
yeah,
as
I'm
well.
working it out.
Yeah, once you nut it out, it's not that bad.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I tell you what, it's been really good driving around, not going to petrol stations. So far, I know it's great. So any other inspectors, you can do it. I'm doing it now. You can do it. I've even got my extension ladder on. I'm carrying that around about half the time because it does hang at the back a little bit, so it impedes opening the back. But yeah, it's been great. You can get into an EV. So
absolutely. I went up to Ballarat and back.
Yes.
And I was on 95%. And I reckon by the time I came back, I was about 26.
Yeah,
so
that's pretty good.
It actually wasn't too bad. Yeah. It's a beautiful drive.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, it is. It's a nice drive out to Ballarat. And you've been doing the rounds looking for a few installers, haven't you?
Yes, I'm on tour. I'm on the hunt for my next candidates.
Yeah, where are they? Where are you looking for them?
So I'm now looking for any installers in the Geelong region.
Geelong.
Yes. So if you know anyone, if you're an installer, hit me up, reach out to me. I'm not going to put my mobile on here directly. But if you reach out to me on Facebook, I'm more than happy to have a chat. I'm just sick of sending everyone from the southeast over there. It's a long drive.
It's a long way, yeah.
And I'm at that point where I've got southeast down pat, Ballarat down pat. I just need Geelong as well. Need to rely on good installers, and I'll look after you very well.
You know what? Every now and then when I've got jobs over there, I'll take the ferry. Take the ferry from Queenscliff because it just breaks things up a bit. It usually takes about the same amount of time depending on traffic.
Right.
Sometimes it can be a little bit longer, but you're 40 minutes on the ferry as you go across.
What do you carry, a ladder? Like, how do you get over there?
No, on the car. You take the car on the ferry.
Oh, got ya. Okay.
Yeah. You just drive on. It costs about $80, I think.
Not too
So
bad.
yeah, I don't have to spend any money on tolls. I don't have to spend any money on petrol. Don't have to sit in the car for as long. I can actually sit around and look at the lovely views of Port Phillip Bay as we go across, and then you get there and you feel quite relaxed. I've done it a few times, but still, it's a bit annoying to have to do that just to get to Geelong.
When we go over there and we go have a look at some of their jobs, we'll do that.
Yeah, it's a good way to do it. It's absolutely a good way to do it.
Sounds good.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, I think we're about to wrap things up. Any last thoughts on today? It was good chat, wasn't it, with a few people?
Yeah, it's good to see there's still positive energy out there.
Yeah.
Coming into the Christmas rush. This time of year, of course, just look after your mates, look after your friends, family, check in on anyone, and make sure no one that you know is alone for Christmas.
Yeah, that's a really nice thing to say.
Yeah.
And that's a good way of thinking about it too.
Absolutely. And keep being nice to each other. Keep being kind. There's still people that's going to be working up until the 24th. So just do your best and stay safe. Sunscreen, water.
There might be some people working on the 25th.
I reckon I'm a chance at this rate. I reckon I'm a chance.
You know what? I may as well work on the 25th. Like
I'm having a roast on the roof.
Yeah, I know. That's the thing. Hey, at least I was going to say the roads would be quiet. No, Christmas Day the roads can get quite busy.
No, they can get quite busy. Yeah,
can get quite busy. Maybe wait till the arbo, go to a few jobs in the afternoon. Maybe
we'll see how many jobs we got outstanding.
How bad are we?
It's actually out of control.
It is really out of control. All right. Well, we're going to do our last episode. This is the second last episode of season 2.
Yes.
We're certainly coming back for season 3, and we're going to do a bit of a wrap up in the last episode, which should be a bit of fun, a bit more lighthearted, I think. And we got a huge announcement to make.
Yes.
Because it's going to be. Yeah, was thinking about doing it today, and we're like, no, we're going to leave it for the last episode.
No, it's exciting.
Huge, yeah. There's
Bit of a cliffhanger.
Yeah, definitely. I'm so pumped about it. I'm actually getting goosebumps now thinking about it. There's something really big which is going to be happening, almost something that's coming back, something popular that's going to come back, and I think people are going to like it. So,
shit.
Yeah, I know. I'm really looking forward to what 2026 is going to bring. It's going to be a really fun year and lots of engagement. So
I can't wait to turn 26 as well.
Yeah.
25 is just a shit number. I've been stuck on an odd number and I'm like, I just want to be 26. I want
just say your even number.
Yeah, it sounds way better. 26.
Oh, that's funny.
Bring it on.
All right, good stuff. Oh, thanks for coming in today, Lauren. That was a great chat. I really enjoyed that.
2 days.
Yeah, we're going to do it in about 2 days, and who knows? It may not come out till almost New Year's, but we'll see how we go. But that was a great chat. So thanks everyone for listening. Everyone look after each other, like Lauren said. Been a great year. One more to wrap it up, and thanks very much for listening. Yeah, you'll hear from us on the next one.
Chat soon.
Thank you.
Bye.
Woohoo.